These are the faces.
They don't know that just because I'm on the internet with this person, I could walk outside and this person could kill me.
There's kids out here dying, and I want it to stop.
And the stories.
Somebody's dying right now while we're here in this room arguing.
From the summer we spent searching for solutions to teen violence in Cincinnati.
Part of the solution is that we continuously work together and expose our children to different segments of the work.
We have to show these kids that they have an opportunity.
This all started months earlier after violent attacks downtown prompted conversations at all levels, from city leaders to community advocates, neighborhoods, families, and teens themselves.
I have to go to the root of the problem and dig those roots up.
How do you tackle a topic this big? We didn't really know, but we knew we wanted to be a part of the solution and help bring all of the voices together.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kristen Scovira.
I'm Adrian Whitsett. Those videos spoke volumes. In late January, teens and some younger adults arrested after 2 violent attacks were caught on video. Immediately, there was a search for solutions as advocates hit the streets.
One of the things we wanted to work on is building relationships with those youth, offering certain things, certain resources that they may need throughout their course of not only the day, but in their life.
Connecting teens to the adults who want to help and the organizations already doing the work to cultivate community.
We need to get more young people involved in this process, and so that they can be advocates and help for their own future.
We held our first community conversation downtown at the Lloyd Library in June. It was emotional.
There's kids out here dying, and I want it to stop.
It was heavy, but it was productive. Months after those initial attacks, Police Chief Teresa Thigi spoke of progress.
The kids still came down, but having adults there kind of watching and engaging with the kids, watching what they are doing, their behavior improved. It could pop up anywhere. We just need some people to come to the table committed to coming back to these events with us, with the kids in our community.
Kids contributed to the conversation, describing fear and resilience.
The stuff that the grown people, they don't know what's going on. Like, they don't know that just because I'm on the internet with this person, I could walk outside and this person could kill me because I'm hanging with somebody like them.
17-year-old Javion Bird speaking about the loss of a friend just days earlier downtown, describing why he's carried a gun for protection and to return home to his little girl to prevent more trauma.
What the issue is trauma. It's trauma. It's trauma in these families, whether it's a 2-parent home or a 1-family home. It's trauma. When we go into the schools, when we go into the community, we want to know real skills to be able to connect with our children and get to the root of the issue.
Trying to weed out policies and practices.
What works and what hasn't, like curfews.
One of the challenges that we have as a city is, of course, maintaining peace, but also thinking about not exacerbating existing problems. Thinking very, very seriously about the interventions that we are looking to make, comparing them with interventions from the past that have in many instances been catastrophic, particularly for young Black men.
Such a productive conversation.
Yeah, that conversation included advocates that are focused on those young Black men and women, and some attributed their transformation to one woman.
I went down a wrong path. Miss Candace helped me change my way.
So who is Candace? Well, Candace Tolbert, she runs a nonprofit. It is called Super Seeds, and she believes that her transformational camp is not only a positive disruptor, it is the start of a fruitful adult life. Can a few days change a whole life? Candace Tolbert with Super Seeds says her teens are living proof.
Just encouraging them on the positive side, we see transformation in that area alone.
I first met Candace at our community conversation downtown, when not one, but several teens, like 17-year-old Javion Bird, said Candace and her program had changed his life.
How did you connect with Candace? How did that first happen?
So I actually came through the program, through the court, though, like when they had just started the ambassador stuff. And they just liked me, and she asked me did I want to come work with them.
Like all the youth in the ambassador program, teens like Javion and Lily Wright started at the 2-day transformation camp.
I just like listening. I take everything in.
The camp is a learning opportunity of sorts. Instead of sitting at home suspended from school, Superseeds uses that time to reform, restore, and redirect young lives.
So for example, we take a child that had a fight and they're suspended for 10 days. Well, what does that really teach them? Where is the de-escalation, the anger management, conflict resolution training to get them back into the classroom? And that's what the camps do.
Twice a month, they take about a dozen teens, ages 13 to 17, to the Hamilton Justice Center to interview a judge, witness the intake process, and speak to inmates. Then it's time to tour a local college to discuss career goals, scholarships, and ways to get there.
When they come in our doors, they are extremely broken in spirit. They don't care anymore. They've kind of given up hope. Nobody's encouraging them. They can't participate in a lot of activities in school because of their behavior. So when they walk in our door and we say, you still have value, you still have worth.
According to the data, the camp works. From 2016 to 2023, 754 teens attended the camp, and 72% of the court referrals have not returned with additional court cases.
From that experience, we realized 28% did come back. And so from that, we started an ambassador program to be able to provide wraparound services.
Free from the system, Superseeds ambassadors like Javion and Lily say they can forget the past and focus on the future instead.
I've learned a lot. I feel like about life. I feel like they really just teach us life.
I don't want to live the best life, but I want to live the best life that I can.
We first met Javion at that first community conversation. Then we met Lily over at Superseeds, and they're just two of many teens that we have heard from.
Like Andre, who we met at our second conversation held at the station.
What does that feel like to be then connected to someone like Candace that maybe a couple weeks, months ago you didn't know?
It feels good because I think it opens up a lot more opportunities because like they have like the ambassador program and all that, and it's just like they've already helped me out with like Cincinnati State, so it's like I think it just really opens up a lot more opportunities for me.
So Andre just started. He's headed to Cincinnati State by way of Superseeds. And we also met Justin Dwyer. He went through the program several years ago, said he saw a light at the end of the tunnel, and as an adult is living by example.
There's lots of influences and lots of easy ways to go down the wrong path, but going through Superseeds and seeing the life that people incarcerated live is not the way that I wanted to go.
Justin told us the program helped develop a passion for the criminal justice system. He's now pursuing a career in criminology and digital forensics. One group pounding the pavement twice a week in these communities is Brothers Inc.
Yeah, their mission is to be a resource for young people.
Passion that we have for these kids, they feel it. When we out there, they come up to us and they thank us for what we're doing. They be like, because they don't have that big brother or father figure in their life.
Coming up, the emotional story of these big brothers finding a child selling incense to buy school supplies.
Plus, we're getting an inside look at a local daycare, focusing on getting involved with kids before they reach their teenage years, and the story of the father who started it after losing his son to gun violence. Throughout our coverage of this conversation, you've likely seen this young man shielding his identity with a dark mask and dark sunglasses. Still to come, why he's hiding and the people working to save him.
We can honestly say, we reached back and got one. You're not getting all our babies.
Now to the most important story in this solution search, because while this is an issue that affects us all, it comes down to saving an individual. The loss of one is a failure. We didn't really know who was going to be at that second community conversation, but Bishop Sonny James, he brought a 16-year-old who was leaving his past and stepping away from a very different kind of struggle.
Yes, so much so, he's hiding in plain sight.
Embraced and supported in a way he's not always known, we could tell he wanted to say something. We could feel the emotion behind his mask.
It's okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't. It's okay. We got you.
Finding your voice takes time.
When they make a change, it's not easy because it's been all that they've been knowing. And even when you show them a different way, it takes a lot to step forward and say no more.
As others step up and say yes.
I took in my younger family member, but I've also been a kid in the city.
That's Amber describing the choice to bring her family member in and connect with other advocates in this room focused on saving his and every teen's life.
Kids and help people who can't see the light in the middle of the day.
Allowing them to see the path forward more clearly and make that first step.
And I want to appreciate this young man right here for coming. I just want to tell you, I commend you for coming, and that takes a lot of pride and heart, and thank you.
That's right.
Thank you for calling and showing up, because you did something to me this morning.
Ultimately, it might take a while to find his voice, share his story, and they'll be there when he's ready to ditch the mask forever.
Thank you for providing the direction when there really isn't one, that anybody knows where the steps are to start.
Thank you for stepping up to this.
Yes.
This is home.
And that's what this is all about, people stepping up and pouring in.
And many of us might be wondering, after all of this, what can we do to help? And the advocates we spoke to say it doesn't take a PhD, it doesn't take $1 million or 80 hours a week, it just takes a heart for helping and sometimes just being there.
Just go sit with them. It may just be the contribution of a book bag so they don't have to go out, because they are spending their cash doing what they're doing. Could be some school supplies. Whatever you have will be acceptable, and that's the greatest gift that anyone can ever receive. It's just an effort.
I think that people don't need to be hung up on the title or what you see Brothers Inc., what you see Miss Iris, what you see with Miss Candace with Supersedes. Supersedes and all these people that's on there, it's the name, but it's the people behind the name. These organizations, we need help.
Yeah.
And we're not looking for titles, we're looking for people. We're looking for community.
That is awesome.
And she's perfect to speak on that, because she was a client that came in and she wasn't working, but I saw some gifts in her. And so I asked her to help me with Supersedes. She didn't know anything about raising, being a part of this community, but she has children. She's a mother. So that right there gives her the experience. Right. So these kids actually look at her as a mother. So she's mentoring and she's giving them advice. So whatever you have within you, believe me, if you care about people, you can do this work.
That's right.
All you need to do is just have something to say, I care and I want to help you, and you'll figure it out.
One of the most beautiful parts of these two conversations we've held is afterward, when everyone, maybe sometimes they've just met or they've not worked together in this way before, they collaborated, they exchanged numbers and ideas, working together in this search for solutions, and that work continues.
Yeah, thanks so much for sharing your solutions with us and joining in on all of these conversations.
You can do more and find out more on our website, WCPO.com, and click on the Finding Solutions tab.